It is the 7th of February 2007, and I'm interviewing Janet Badjan-Young. And the first questions are just on yourself, which you're an expert of. How did you begin to write?
There was need to. There was need to. I started actually doing this, a lot of work in Kenya, because I lived in Kenya for about 20 years.
Oh, okay,
and I got into, because I've been doing theatre all my life, so it seems, but not to earn money, but as sort of an extracurricular activity and a hobby, because I just love it, you know. And I was in Kenya, and I think it was the International Year for the child. And I thought to myself, we should be really focusing on issues like that, because normally we're doing plays written by other African writers or English writers, but somehow it wasn't quite what I was looking for, So I decided that I would write this play, and what I did was to do research for writing the play on the situation of children in Kenya. Homeless children, and there were lots of them all around the place, and they were particularly obvious when you went to the market, for example, the supermarket and the market. They would run towards your car and harass you or ask for money, or and some of them looked very bright, intelligent, and I thought, how did they come to be in Nairobi, because that's a city, how did they get here from the rural areas, or wherever? How did they become homeless? And so we interviewed them, and got their story, and from their stories I was able to put together this play. It was called Portraits of Survival. So really that was my first play, although I had written before when I was teaching at in Sierra Leone, little plays for children, So, and then I started doing plays for children. I wrote 1 or 2 plays in Kenya for children, which went down quite well. So this was how it started, because I feel sometimes other writers, when they do write, they write about their particular society, their situation. This is what drama is all about. It's what the words are all about. We are reflecting what the society is and how it evolves and how it's developing. And so there is need for us to bring out the things that are truly Gambian. Because people have no idea how we think, feel. We are like other people, but we are different also. So I think those are the things that we want to bring out. So this was really what started me. And when I find in the Gambia, sometimes I say, well, maybe in the Gambia we don't have so many stories to tell. But there are stories of human dignity, poverty, illnesses, social, erosion sometimes of people living away, and so there are stories to be written. Yeah.
And what would you say are some of those things that are uniquely Gambian that you bring in?
Well, I bring in the fact that we're such peaceful and loving people. The empathy we feel for each other. I think that is essential. I think in some countries you don't seem to have that. I bring out the empathy, what we feel about people and how we feel. And I also bring out our attitudes to life. For example, we are very much into this Marabu, affair. And we believe in it, but I don't think that's the sort of thing that one should be encouraged to do, because there's no scientific proof, and often these people, in fact, in one of my plays, I mentioned that. In fact, practically all the plays that I've written here, there is some element of that when I'm trying to say to people, look, don't really practice this Marabu, don't go to the Marabus and ruin your life, more or less, because I don't think they do a good job. For example, the last coup we had, remember, I don't know whether you heard about what Marabu said to an aspiring president. Engage, So I mean, those are the things. I think as a writer, you can influence change, but I think it's a subtle way in which you do it that makes the difference. I don't think you should go around, preaching, oh, don't do this. I think you should show them situations and show them examples of, what is good in a certain behavior pattern. That you might be able to change them. Yeah.
And that leads me to my next question. I'm wondering what your writing process is. You said for your very first play you interviewed people and then wrote. And some people think theater is very easy to write because you just write